Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Iyamatma Paranandaha Parapremaspadam Yataha Manbhuvam Hi Bhuyasam Iti Prematmani Ikshate. How do we say that we love ourselves the most? You see, and we accept. So the teacher says, no, this is Ikshate, this is seen everywhere with everyone. What is that? Manabhuvam Hi. May I not cease to be. And Bhuyasam, may I live eternally. This is the experience of everyone. Nobody wants to die because we love ourselves. That which is a source of problem for us, we think of getting rid of it. For example, husband or wife. We think of getting rid of it. So what we do? We send her to her mother's place. Or we go for a vacation. Because our love for others is not like the love for ourselves. We don't love ourselves because we love ourselves in spite of everything. And therefore, iyam atma paranandaha. Therefore, the atma, the self, is of the nature of supreme bliss. Now, tat premartham anyatra, tat prematmartham anyatra, nevatmanartham atmani, atastat param tena paramanandatatmanaha. So, our love for ourselves is only for ourselves. Like, you eat, let's say, some sweet, jalebi. Now, we don't eat jalebi for the sake of jalebi. Poor thing, lying, nobody is eating. Don't worry, I'll eat. No, we love ourselves. And if the doctor tells if you eat jalebi, you'll have to go to hospital, then we don't. And therefore, this is a simple rule. We love everything in this world for our sake. But we don't love ourselves for any other thing. We love ourselves only for ourselves. Ataha tat paramam prema. Therefore, our love for ourselves is of the highest nature. And therefore, Paramatma is Satchidananda, and we have to discover this. How this is Satchidananda? Just get a click of it. One of my friend, he had been smoking, not for a day or two, but for more than 60 years, 60. He's a retired brigadier. And one day he came to meet me in Delhi, and when he met me, he was telling me, Swamiji, good news. I said, I'm sure you are not getting married again. He said, no. Then I have stopped smoking. So many years he was smoking because he was happy about it. But when he gave up smoking, he became more happy. Now where from that happiness came? Earlier happiness was coming by smoking. Now the happiness is still there, but better, of better quality. Where from it has come? The day we discover this, that we are the source of all happiness in our life. Nobody can make us miserable. Nobody can make us happy. We can be happy on our own, and we are miserable because of our own foolishness. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana. Think about it. And therefore, Itam Satchit Parananda Atma Yuktya Tathavidam Param Brahma Tayoshchakyam Shruteshu Anu Upadishyate. In this manner, Itam Atma Satchit Parananda, the self is of the nature of supreme blissful conscious existence, iti yuktya. Logically we have proved. Now we may prove, but further the scriptures tell, Param Brahma also tatha vidam. Our scriptures tell that what is Brahma? Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahman is nothing but Satchidananda. And what we have proved, that I am of the nature of Satchidananda. Therefore, what is the meaning? I am Brahman. It is for this purpose this topic was taken. So, tathavidam param brahma tayocha aikyam shruteshu upadishyate. Now, why we have been discussing this thing so far? Only to come to this point, that we are not limited by body, nor are we limited by a sense of being a soul in the body. Right in the beginning I told you two problems we all go through. First problem is we take ourselves to be the body, and second is we take ourselves to be the soul. And both of them cannot be proved by any way. And therefore, this viveka, this discrimination, how I cannot be the body, this should be the line of thinking. But normally what happens, I am not, but everybody is doing like that. See, truth is not determined by the vote of majority. It is only foolishness that democracy continues. See? Our next coming elections in our country will be won by those who will say, we will pay your kirana bills, your whatever purchases you have made. I have paid 200 rupees, but I don't have. So okay, I'll pay you. Vote for me. This freebie business can do any stupid things. See, friends. Therefore, it is necessary for us to know that we are not a mere body or a soul. But who can think this thing? Those who have grown out of small little things. So, Param Brahma Tayo Chaikyam Shruteshu Shrutenteshu Upadishyate. At the end of the Shruti, that is the Upanishad, it is distinctly established that we are of the nature of supreme blissful existence, that is Brahman. So, Aham Brahmasmi. We all have the same experience. First experience, we exist. Second experience, we know. Third experience, we love ourselves the most. It's common. Like, space is common for all of us. Like, the water is common for all of us. Like, the planet Earth is common for all of us. Like, the element fire is common for all of us. In the same manner, the substratum which is supporting this world of relative existence is common for all of us. And if we hold on to the common, although playing the role of the relative, then we have understood the secret of spiritual life. Like what? I hold on to be a man, but I play the relative role of a son of a husband and of a father. So when I am playing these roles, that I am a son, I am a husband, I am a father, that time also if I do not forget that essentially first I am man and then anything else, then what will happen? We will play the role, but no role will over influence us. And then we forget the glory of being a man. So what has to be done? Only play the role. Don't get rolled up in the role. So how to play the role? If you are in front of your father, try to take as much money from him as possible without his knowledge. So you are playing the best role of a son. If you are a father in front of your son, simply go on telling yes, yes to him, but don't listen. Then you are playing the role of a father perfectly well. And if you are in front of your wife, then when she is talking, don't talk. And when she is quiet, keep shut. Play these three roles. You will be continuing to live as a man and yet play the role exactly the same way. Find out the common factor. Common factor is our divine self. Hold on to that. And pretend that you are listening, you are concerned, you are very much wanting to help. All those things have no meaning. Don't get involved too much in anybody's life. We all have to learn this principle. We have to live our life. We have to die our death. And we have to practice our own spiritual life. You cannot practice it for someone else. There is no proxy on the spiritual path. And you may do anything at the relative level, it can never be satisfying. This is how the desires trouble us. Living at the relative level is trying to fulfill our desires. And desires can never be fulfilled of anybody, whether it is a child or it is grown up. So up to some level, otherwise give one heart, so desires are over. See? But we are lost in this game. So after having concluded this, now the question is raised, Abhanena param prema bhanena vishay spruha ato bhane api abhata asau paramanandatatmanaha. The objection is raised. Abhanena param prema. When you don't know something, you don't love an unknown thing. And bhanena vishaya spruha. And if we know something, whom we love the most, then we will not have desire for anything in these worldly things. But we do have desire. So two objections are raised. First, we don't know ourselves and we have lot of desires. Then how can we say that we are Satchidananda Brahma? So, this question is answered. Ato, therefore, bhane api abhata asau. Asau atma, this atma, although it is experience, yet we do not know our own experience. Bhane api abhata asau paramanandatatmanaha, because our blissful existence, conscious existence, although we are experiencing, yet we do not know we are experiencing. Now take the same example which I gave. Which father or mother doesn't know when they are dealing with their children that first they are man or woman? They know. But they are so much overpowered. And this overpowering is like what I told you, the objects cover the sense organs. The sense organs cover the mind. The mind covers the intellect. Internet is a place where discrimination happens. And then we get emotionally carried away. And the discriminative faculty is clouded. Think. Therefore, although we know, but we do not know that we know. And therefore, how this is possible? We know, but we do not know we know. No example is given. अध्येतृ वर्ग मध्यस्थ पुत्राध्ययन शब्दवत् भाने अपि अभानम भानस्य प्रतिबद्धेन युज्यते. In a classroom, all the children together are chanting something. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All children are together chanting. And the mother and the father, they go and they are listening. So they are listening. But they are unable to pinpoint this particular voice is that of my child. Because these parents are not able to pinpoint this particular sound is that of my child, that doesn't mean the child is not chanting. Then what has to be done? Then tell all other children, except my child, nobody should chant, okay? Now start chanting. And then the dumb fellows start chanting. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Now, yes, he was chanting. So what had happened? The chanting of other children has covered the chanting of my child, and although he was chanting, I could not hear it. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, we are so much preoccupied with the worldly objects that our sense organs are covered. We are so much preoccupied with our relations that our original personality is forgotten. And therefore, you all will agree to this simple principle. Whenever we are disturbed, we are always somebody. And it is not one somebody, a dozens of them. And all those somebodies cover the nobody. And when this nobody was carrying the burden of so many somebodies, then he gets tired. Then go to sleep. One person told me, not one, number of them told me, Swamiji, I have been listening to your talk on CDs earlier, but now on YouTube and MP3. Then, when I come from my work, extremely tired, exhausted, I have finished my food and all that, straight away go to bed, put on your MP3, and I don't know when I sleep. That day I discovered people listen to me not to awaken, but to go to sleep. So, my talks have become anesthetics. So, if the doctors have to operate somebody, put my talk. Wireless anesthesia. See, friends, therefore, when we thus recognize that we are covered by, first, the periphery of our personality. Achievements, failures, friends, enemies, possessions, relations, old memories. And instead of throwing them away, we make an album. Like they have got now Al-Qaeda, the album. And then all the time, looking back into this, there was one mother, she called her son. Beta, come quickly at home. What happened, mom? See, your wife, she is twisting her face and falling down and doing all kinds of funny things. I hope everything is all right with her. Please come. Don't worry, she is taking her selfies. How much we are lost. And then all those selfies, they will be circulating it on the Instagram. How I look. Therefore, abhane api bhanasya pratibandhena yujyate. So what is pratibandha? What is the obstacle? This is the obstacle. That other children were chanting and therefore my child's chanting was hidden behind it. In the same manner, although we are divine, but our divinity is hidden behind somebody who has some possessions, together some problems. And we think we are responsible for everything. Then you suffer. To be happy, be irresponsible. Oh, what a lovely advice. Some people practice it. Now, everybody knows who practices what. They start looking at each other. So, what are the pratibandha? What are the obstacles? Pratibandhosti bhatiti vyavaharar vavastuni tannirasya viruddhasya tasyotpadanam uchyate. It says, pratibandha asti bhati iti vyavahar vastuni tannirasya. Whatever things are, whatever object is, asti it is, and it is known, asti and bhati. But what happens? Tan nirasya viruddhasya syat. But although the things are there, although they are seen by us, yet we say, I don't know who has taken my pen. It was kept here only. It is very much there. But we are preoccupied somewhere, we are disturbed somewhere, although the object is very much in front of us, although we are seeing that, and yet we are not seeing it. The reason is we are preoccupied somewhere, like it happens with the audience. When they are listening, sometimes their mind goes for a walk, here and there. And if some joke happens, others laugh. But this fellow had already gone for a walk and he doesn't know what was the joke. Because that laughter shakes him. Then he asks the next person, hey, what was it? And that joke is told him. Then the Dumbo laughs alone. So although it was said, although it was heard, but it was never recognized because his mind where the knowledge should happen, that mind was taken away by some theme, is it not? In the same manner, our Satchidananda Swarupa, blissful conscious existence, is hidden behind these two wrong notions. One is the body identification, and second is the notion that I am a soul. In deep sleep, only these two notions are rejected, nothing else is done. And therefore, in deep sleep, we get this experience of Satchidananda. But this is that. Nobody dare to tell us. But the same experience, when it happens, when we receive instruction from the teacher, when it happens, then we are to, okay, I got it. This is that. See? So, tad nirasya viruddhasya. So, although the things are there, we see them, yet we have the opposite understanding. The things are not there. Somebody has taken. How many times I told, don't touch my pen, don't touch my things on the table. But these people never understand. Who has taken? How much the people become angry and frustrated. And the children, they are enjoying. The pain for which dad is becoming a Hitler, the pain is in his hand. And they are coolly laughing. Dad is angry. And when the father sees the kids are smiling, he becomes double angry. And when his heat is cooled to some extent, then the wife tells, the pen is in your hands. That type of smile you see, that smile is acceptance of the foolishness in public. It is very much there. The reason is why we are not able to recognize the truth. Because we are victims of objectivity. All our knowledge has been objective. Everything. Because we are always functioning through some means of knowledge. Either the sense organs or the mind or the intellect. Through the sense organs we feel the objects or we experience the objects. Through the mind we feel the emotions. And through the intellect we conceive the concepts. The truth is neither the object, nor an emotion, nor a concept. But intellectuals make the reality as a concept. And therefore, they get lost. In one university in US, after my talk, the professor said to me, Mr. Swami, thank you very much. You have presented all the concepts very well. I said, excuse me, I disagree with you. I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. You are is not a concept. You are successful is a concept. Concepts are subject to change. You are American is a concept. Tomorrow you go and become Indian, where the American has gone. But wherever you go, you continue to be the same. And therefore, the truth is neither an object of experience through the sense organs, nor an emotion to be felt through the mind, nor a concept to be understood through the intellect. But all the intellectuals are lost only in these three known means of knowledge. If this is accepted, then anybody can know what is the spiritual practice. Spiritual practice will be go beyond the sense organs. See, go beyond the emotions. Emotions we must have, but we should not be emotional. And then go beyond the concepts. See, friends, one concept gets modified by another concept. I don't know, we read only here and there. Earlier they were telling, appendix is useless. Cut it and throw it away. Now the same people tell, appendix is useful, bring it back and fit it. Earlier they were telling that this ghee is cholesterol, you should not. Now they tell eat ghee. Earlier they were telling, oh, taking these oils and coconut oil is bad. Now there are special coconut oil capsules. And they are fooling us. And we don't understand it. Because concepts are subject to change. Therefore here the teacher says, Pratibandha, obstacle is this. Although we experience, we know, yet we are unable to know and see because we are tad viruddhasya. We are obsessed with contrary. And what is the contrary? Do you mean everybody should become a Swami like you? No, I don't mean that. Don't take away my market. See? Then live wherever you are, whatever you are. Don't go to any ashram. Make your home as your ashram. How to make the home as an ashram? Call a Babaji to stay in your house. Where there is Rama, there is a Rama Mandir, is it not? Where there is a Babaji, it's a ashram. But don't allow him to stay permanently. Before he comes, find out when he is leaving. This is the secret of my life. Therefore, wherever I go, I get such a warm welcome and all that. It's not because they love me, because they know I am going. And as the day of my departure comes nearer and nearer, they become more and more happy. And when I go, Swamiji, it was such a great experience. When they say after I go. See friends, this obstacle is this. We get lost in this world. Now, what has to be done with these obstacles? Tasya hetu samanabhi hara putra dhvani shrutau iha anadi avidyaiva vyamohaika nibandanam. The example given was, when all the children are chanting together, we cannot hear the chanting of our child. So what we have to do? We have to tell other children to keep quiet, then we can hear our child chanting. Exactly hear the same thing. Here, in our own case, the same thing. Anadi avidya. See? Incomplete knowledge. I am body is not a problem. This body I am, that body I am not, the problems begin. Therefore, if it is my child, different attitude, different approach. If it is somebody else's child, then these days the parents are very irresponsible. They don't teach their children manners. If it is my own child, Swami is very naughty. Naughty means a Dumbo. Not naughty. See, immediately it changes. Therefore, iha anadi avidya eva. These wrong notions, that is anadi avidya. When we listen to these Sanskrit words, we don't get the impact of it. And therefore I use all different kinds of words. We all have wrong notions. And because of that wrong notion, vyamoha eka. Moha is delusion. Vyamoha is extraordinary delusion. And this is the cause of, although we are divine, we don't recognize our divinity. This is the cause. So what is the cause? Wrong notions. Wrong notions about ourselves, wrong notions about the world, wrong notion about God, wrong notions about the spiritual practice. And the best part is, nobody can help us in this. We can tell our wife, honey, darling, I don't like this Ayurvedic medicine, it is so bad and bitter. Will you please take it on my behalf? And that Dumbo will take also. But your disease will still remain. In the same manner, this Vyamoha, this delusion, these wrong notions, they are with me. I have to get rid of them. There is no proxy. See? So, iha anadi avidya eva vyamohaika nibandanam. And once we recognize this, that the real problem is only because of wrong notions. And how the wrong notions happen? Wrong notions happen. One of the biggest and difficult problem to conquer is comparisons. Don't compare your life with anybody. You are unique. When you start comparison, you will never be happy in life. Every one of us is unique. Instead of that, we even compare our experiences. Swamiji, that day the meditation was very solid. But after that, it is only liquid. Nothing is repeated in this world. Every one of us is unique. But we are extra smart. See? So, when we go to the hospital, we suggest the doctor, Daksha, बेखाद इंजेक्शन ठोक दो और 2-4 एंटीबायोटिक दे देना, बहुत तकलीफ हो रही. Let him decide. But we are Indians. All Indians have got some basic qualities. Every Indian is a born doctor. I am a victim of that. And this Ayurveda is such a bhayanak thing. And the worst is the latest doctor, Dr. WhatsAppananda. You see, they will tell you anything. You do this thing, and you do that, and you suffer throughout. See, friends. So, if you are an Indian, you are a born doctor. So they will tell, Hamini, your throat is bad, do one thing, I'll prepare milk with lot of turmeric in that, and then boil it, then you drink it. Then the throat will not be there to give you trouble. So, if we go to the doctor, listen to him and follow instructions. But because we are over smart, exactly the same way, if we are having problem, go to the teacher, tad vijnanatam gurumeva vigacche samit panihi shrotrem brahmanishtam. Listen to him, follow the instructions. But instead of that, we have arguments. And when such argumentative person reaches, then the Mahatmas don't talk. Yes, you are right. There is no point in discussing. Like one person asked me this question, Swamiji, what is the need of a guru? I said, no need. Very happy. But then why people run after guru? Let them run. Why you run? You don't run. You suffer silently. Therefore, these obstacles, if we have to remove, we have to go step by step. So here, once we have come to this diagnosis now, what is the pratibandha, what is the obstacle, what is the covering, because of which our Satchidananda, the divine nature, is not recognized by us. The covering is avidya or ignorance or incomplete knowledge or wrong notions. And since they are from the time unknown. Ignorance does not have the beginning. One teacher was dictating the students in the classroom and moving in between. And she saw one child writing wrong spelling. So she became angry. Who taught you wrong spelling? The child is innocent. Ma'am, wrong spellings are not taught. True. For ignorance, there is no cause. Ignorance is the cause. See? And since when you don't know Gujarati, I never knew. Ignorance have no beginning. Anadi and causeless. Ignorance is the cause. See? So, how do we remove this? Chidanandamaya Brahma Pradibimba Samanvitaham Tamo Rajas Sattva Gunaha Prakriti Dvidachasa. Now from here, the explanation is given how the covering is formed and how we should remove this covering. So, Chidananda Maya Parabrahma Pratibimba Samanvita. Paramatma reflected in a media plus the reflection, three of them. Like when we are standing in front of the mirror, so how many things are involved? Our beautiful face, then the mirror, and then our reflection in the mirror. Thereafter, this quality of the mirror will determine the quality of the reflection. If the mirror is covered with dust, our reflection will not be clear and distinct. If the mirror is shaky, it will be still difficult to see ourselves properly. But if the mirror is absolutely clean and absolutely steady, then reflection will be as that of the original object. If this is understood, then the teacher says, Tamo Raja Sattva Guna Prakrutir Vividachasa. So there are two types of mirrors, two types of Prakriti, two types of potentialities, and they are depending on the Rajoguna, Tamoguna together and Sattva together, alone. So here it is said, Sattva Shuddha Vishuddhabhyam Maya Vidyechate Mate. Here Sattva means the mind or the intellect or Antakaran, inner instrument. This Sattva is Shuddha and Ashuddha, pure and impure. Now what is the meaning of pure and impure? Pure means that in which other than that nothing else is pure. Like when we say pure milk, that means in that milk, other than the milk, nothing was added. Like many milk people tell, no, we have not added the water in the milk like others. Then we add milk to the water. So the water is impure. See? So also this Prakriti, this potentiality is of two types. One is Shuddha, Sattva, Shuddha, Vishuddhabhyam, Maya Vidyechate Mate. So when the reflecting media is immaculate and pure, then it is called as Maya. And when it is impure, it is called as avidya. So be very attentive. Maya and avidya. Our eyes are seeing the colors and forms. So eyes are the instrument of knowledge for colors and forms. And what the eyes are seeing? Only colors and forms. And all the rupa or all the color is only one. But after the eyes see the colors and forms, then this color is good, this color is bad. This size is okay, this size is not good. In this manner, in the common color and form, specific things are given importance. Now color is color. But then, instead of taking the color as color, then we differentiate red, green, yellow, and the samsara begins. See this example I gave in some of my talks, how we are influenced by this avidya. In some house I went, a young couple married for a year or two. I saw their house from inside was all shabby, no walls are painted properly. I saw it and I said, anyway, why should I worry? I had to take a cup of tea. So that girl saw and she said, Swamiji, I have seen what you have seen. I said, okay, never mind. Give me tea. No, we have not painted our house because, I said, I don't want to know. It's your house, why should I know? No, I tell you, when we got married, we decided that we will do anything if both of us agree. Otherwise, we will not do. Then only we can stay together, husband and wife. We both agree. Then I like light pink color, and my husband likes light cream. So, which color to give? When I say pink, he said cream. He said cream, I say pink. What should we do? So, when we are not agreeing, we are amicably settled that we will not paint our house. And both of us are happy. I said, your problem I can sort out. Yes. Only answer, don't argue. Let us paint your house dark black from inside, like a coal tar. What? I said, one by one. Husband, tell. Do you like? No way. Very good. Wife, do you like? No way. You see, both of you agree. Now, what is the logic? That I like the pink color and I like the cream color? No logic. But this is how the color is covered by the specifics. Color is a common noun. Color could be anything. Child is a common noun. But my child, your child, samsara begins. This is what we have been emphasizing. Do not get lost in specificities. Spiritual progress is not that we are someone extraordinary. No, man. The real spiritual evolution is when we lose all the extra that we have gathered around us. See how much extra we are carrying as a burden. Right from I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful, I am husband, I am wife, I am grandfather, I am grandmother, and I am child, and I am rich, I am poor. Nobody understands me, I understand everybody. In addition to that, spiritual. Hare Dambo. What is the meaning of being spiritual? Like the space is spiritual, doesn't oppose anything, doesn't comment on anything, doesn't reject anything, accepts everything. And not crying, okay, this, I like it. No. Cheerfully and happily. Whenever there is a fighting between the two, it's only because both of them are dumb of the highest order. A common sense is, if one is shouting, other should play tabla. Should not shout, one by one. Yours is over, now let me shout. But when both of them shout together, then it becomes a cartoon show for the public. Therefore, these are such common things. So here the teacher says, Maya bimbo vashikritya tam sarvajna syat ishvara. So when Paramatma reflects in absolutely pure antakaran, then that Paramatma plus pure antakaran plus the reflection of the Paramatma, these three things together is called as Ishvara. So what will be the Jiva now? Jiva will be also similar thing. So, Maya bimbo vashikritya tam syat sarvajna Ishvara. Ishvara is sarvajna, he knows everything, past, present, future. Because he is presiding over the totality. Now, the second one. Avidya vashagastvanyaha tad vaichitryat anekadha sa karana shariram syat prajnastatra abhimanavahan. So one conditioning was pure and other condition is impure. In these two conditionings, in one conditioning which is pure, when the Supreme Reality reflects, so together with the reflection, this is together called as the Ishvara, and the impures are many. Silence is one. Sounds are many. See? Space is one. Directions are many. How simple it is? So these impure minds, they being many, because there are many permutations and combinations. And therefore, avidya vashagaha tu anyaha tad vaichitriyat anekadha. And therefore, the impurity creates many different types of minds. Some mind is too much agitated, some mind is agitated and frustrated, other mind is only frustrated, the third mind is so many different. Vaichitrya, very many varieties, and therefore there are very many reflections. So two types of media. One is absolutely pure, in which Paramatma reflects. And other is impure. Being impure, it is multifold, therefore there are many reflections. See? So, sa karana shariram syat. That is called as the causal body, not the casual body, the causal body. And this is called as pradnya. Now one by one we will go. At the totality level, what is Ishvara is pradnya at the individuality level. That is Karan Sharira, the causal body. When we hear this word causal body, many of us get confused. Because the moment we hear the word body, the shape and the size of the body comes into our mind. Then subtle body, okay, subtle body is mind taking the shape of the body. We compromise, okay, we have understood subtle body. But when it comes to the causal body, ignorance, what is the shape of the ignorance? And we struggle. So, the causal body or the prajna, so causal body is at the individual level and prajna is at the total level. So, total is the cause, individual is the effect. To understand it, ocean is the Ishvara and ocean is the causal body. Ishvara is one, causal body is one. Be very clear about this. We all have got our gross body separate from each other. We all have got our subtle bodies, the mind, etc., separate from each other. Therefore, my waking experiences are different. Your waking experiences are different. My dream experiences are different. Your dream experiences are different. But when it comes to the causal body, we have a common causal body. Because in causal body, experience is same. Aham kimapi na janami, I know nothing. And I had a peaceful sleep. So this experience is common. Like ocean is common for all the waves. Exactly the same way. The totality is common for the individualities. This is the meaning of the causal body, and the one who wields it is called a prajna. So, the total causal body is Maya plus Ishvara, and the individual causal body is this avidya and the prajna. After this is clear, then we go to the next step. Then what happens? तम प्रधान प्रकृते तद्भोगाय ईश्वर आज्ञया वियत पवरते जोंगु भुवु भूतानि जन्यरे. So we have seen first pure conditioning, where Paramatma reflects and is referred as Ishvara, and his conditioning is called as Maya. Then at the individual level, same Paramatma is reflected in the disturbed mind, and it is called as the avidya, and he is called as the prajna. Now we come to the next one. Tama pradhana prakriti tat bhogaya ishwaranya. Now the third prakriti is with the third guna, the tamo guna. And what happens? From this tamoguna prakriti, the world is created. Tamoguna is inert, it is matter oriented. So, for the purpose of living and going through the experiences by the jiva, the Ishvara creates the whole world. Now see, the story is complete. Ishvara is Sarvajna, the creator. Jiva is the created enjoyer or sufferer. And the world is the place where the Jiva is going through good and bad experiences. This is how one Paramatma with the three conditionings is called as Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Like one man is called as the son, the husband, and the father. So one man is referred as three because attention is on the conditionings. In the same manner, we are seeing Paramatma, but our attention is on the names and the forms. So Paramatma plus names and forms is the world. See? Then the same Paramatma with the Panchakoshas is called a Jiva. And the same Paramatma wielding the Maya Shakti of his own is called a Ishvara. Because our attention is on these conditionings, the conditioned reality is hidden. Now applied subjectively. Whenever we are disturbed, we are always disturbed as somebody who is a conditioned expression of the infinite truth. See? Infinite truth, for our example, is man. And conditioned expression is son, husband, and father. So what these three have to do? They don't have to do anything. Only play the role that you are supposed to play and relax. Therefore, all the problems of our life, they are sorted out by one word, that this is Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. In Leela, everything appears to be happening. Like ours is a Satsanga Leela. It is appearing as if you are listening. Leela. And if I take it very seriously, I am talking, but people don't change, then I will be miserable. See, friends, therefore don't take life seriously at all. This I have learned many years before. This happened in some place. My neighbor were Christians. And they were one day having some kind of argument, fighting with each other. And that man, young, they must be, they were elder than me, I was younger than them. So I used to go to their house, have tea, coffee, biscuits. And it so happened, one day, evening time, He was probably overdrunk and he was trying to throttle his wife for whatever reason. So she shouted, please come, he is killing me. So I ran, I was next door. I ran and separated him. I said, hey man, don't do like this thing. And they were everything. I felt I am great. I have saved somebody's life. Then, after that was over, next day, evening, I went to their house just to check everything is okay. They were sitting on a sofa set, hugging each other, kissing each other. And when I went, they said, excuse me, we are busy, come little later, okay? I said, मैं बेवकूफ हूँ. Never get involved in the fighting between the husband and wife. We know only one-sided story. But we get unnecessarily involved and suffer. Don't get involved. That is the meaning of study of the scriptures. But normally what happens, those who are doing upasana, I will do this japa, then my wife will listen to me. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. And she is doing the japa also. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. When I do the japa, my husband will listen to me. And Shiva and Krishna fighting. Hare Dambo, don't get lost in that. Grow wise. That is what our Vedanta Shastra tells us. That's why those who are lost in upasana, they become more and more weaklings. They don't have confidence. All the time living a fearful existence. See? The other day somebody asked me, Swamiji, I was supposed to do the Parayan and today I forgot, So what will happen? I said, to whom? See? Never do anything. Don't lead a single moment of your life fearfully. The first spiritual practice is Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. First thing. But all the upasakas you see, they are so fearful existence. All the time. Oh, I have done it. Now what will happen? This I have learned from one lady, she is no more, in Thane, near Bombay. I went to their house for food, so I was told strictly, Swamiji, please come alone. Don't bring any commander. I said, all right. I went there. And then, too many rules and regulations. You have to sit on the floor, you cannot sit, because we are Sanatan Dharmi, Hindus. We should follow our tradition, not the English tradition. Upasana. And thereafter, the food is being given, and then don't touch with the left hand. In our house, it is not allowed. If you have to take the water, you should take with the right hand. Okay. You cannot take anything by your own self. It will become juta. What comes out of the kitchen, it never goes back in the kitchen. It can go only in the stomach or outside. Upasana. So many things. And after everything was over, I was going. So the son said, Swamiji, I will drop you up to taxi stand. I said, okay, come. He asked me this question. Swamiji, you are a spiritual man. I said, yes. My mummy also does lot of upasana. Then I am fed up. I have decided in my life, I will never do anything. I said, why so revolt? He told, I am the only son of my parents. When I tell I am coming at 7 o'clock, if it becomes 7:30, all the gods are put in a water tub. And they have to do pranayam inside the water. And unless my son comes, I will not take you out. And all are poor fellows. And thereafter, if we come this time, till then I will stop taking sugar. I will stop taking salt for 1 month, for 6 months. I will do this puja, I will do that puja. He said, I was so fed up. I am not allowed to drive a motorcycle. Something will happen. Is this upasana? See, if we have devotion to the Lord, if we have committed ourselves to Him, the first thing that happens is we are care of Him. Yogakshemam vahamyam. What is the use of chanting? Ananya shintayanto mam, ejana paripasate, tesham nityabhiyuktanam, yogakshemam vahamyam, and leading a fearful life. This is what happens in this upasana business. Therefore, if upasana leads to the inquiry, who is this God or goddess? Where is she? What is she? Find out. Then we come to know that Lord is not somewhere above the clouds, but He is very much our own being. We don't allow Him to manifest. This is pratibandha. See, friends. And unless these things are clear, that one reality with the conditioning of the names and the forms is called as Jagat. The same reality with the conditioning of the Panchakoshas is called as the Jiva. The same reality with the conditioning of Maya is called as Ishvara. But we are so much obsessed and overpowered by these conditionings. That one which is supporting these conditionings is hidden. This is Tattva Vivek. Not leading a fearful existence. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.